of the Mixed Martial Idiots podcast. Big night in combat sports last night. There was some bare knuckle. The Eubanks Jr. fight was going on. We had UFC 322. Dylan Dennis lost on the night, but wasn't on the card, so that's pretty cool.
We had
We got
173.
Tanner Francisco Dunphy with us tonight. George Novo is at home, so shout out to the super fan. And the Bears won today, so he's a happy guy. Tanner, immediate thoughts. The UFC 322, not even with the prelims. We'll just get an immediate. How was your overall experience of 322? I
Dude, I was
rewatched a
happy.
bunch of it today. I thought it was actually a great card.
I was genuinely happy with it. I liked it. I liked every bit of it. I saw people were upset because of the last two fights, which I mean, if you knew those fighters, you knew that was going to be how that was going to go.
A possibility, right?
You knew for sure that the last fight was going to go some sort of way like that. And
If
if it
yes,
didn't,
if Islam was successful, that's exactly how it was going to go.
exactly. And then we've seen Valentina do this before when she deals with a very fast striker with power. It's just a great way to neutralize it. And she's showing that she's skilled in all facets. So, outside of that, we had 14 fights overall, 7 finishes, 2 of them
I'm going to
submissions,
kiss my
5
McNugget.
knockouts.
Are you bringing me the nugget? Miss Ridley Joe needs to kiss Daddy real quick.
Yes.
And I will you. Hi, Uncle Tanner.
Night night.
Yeah, man. You I didn't think that Valentina was going to be able to handle Wei Li like that because she's such a powerhouse. And, us being longer guys, what we really hate is like a powerhouse built like a mini fridge. We reference Justin Gibson all the time, but that's exactly my fucking kryptonite in a grappling situation. He's going to, roll me up into a ball and it's going to be terrible. Well, Wei Li doesn't have that type of wrestling. She's got that Josh Hinger jiu-jitsu, which I think that led her to survive the fight. Had she not had a high-level grappling coach like a Josh Hinger, I think it would have been a finish very early on. So,
Yeah.
great night of fights. We could take it from the first prelim up now. Tanner, what'd you think? The first fight of the night, I didn't get to see it. I saw the result. I was heartbroken. Let us know how it went.
Oh man. Yeah. Mateus did what he had to do to get it done. Slaviklaus was clearly more experienced on the feet, but he was just not doing the smart things for an MMA fight. Still throwing knees down the middle after being taken down several times, throwing kicks that could be caught after being taken down, and that was Mateus's game plan. I'm gonna try to touch him, and then I'm gonna take him down because I know that as the Brazilian grappler, I'm gonna be able to handle this guy a lot better on the ground. But he wasn't able to put Borshov out. It hurt me to watch too, but good on Mateus Camilo getting it done.
Man, I thought that maybe Borshov, and I didn't get to see the fights, obviously, but my thoughts going into it was Borshov's with alpha male. They have great anti-grappling for their strikers. I mean, look at Song Yadong, a guy like that. And then Mateus Camilo's not like, MMA Masters or a shoot the box guy. He trains at Extreme Couture, so you'd think he'd want to bang a little bit. And I just thought Borshov was going to find him with a knee or one of his tricky little body kicks to elbow counters because that dude's a nasty little Thai fighter on the inside. But good on
There was no
Mateus Camilo.
anti-wrestling, by the way. There was none.
What's that?
There was no anti-wrestling.
And that shocks me, dude. Because if you're out there with Team Alpha Male and Uriah Faber every day, you're getting shot on. I mean, that's what they made their gym out of. So crazy work.
Right. Let's talk about this next one. Baising Susurkayev knocking out Eric Monaco, putting him on stilts and then making him slip on that ice. Good Lord. And that was round 3 after a giant nut shot with the same hand as well. So he hit both of his heads with the same hand in the same round and put him down 2 times.
I did that to you before.
Yeah. Damn.
Susurkayev, I mean, being the minus 1,500 favorite, he did what he had to do. And you know what? Not like Malcolm Wellmaker, who we'll talk about later. And this is no shade on him. He had a rough night in the office, and I'm going to
I don't
kind of
want to
let you
talk
know
about
where he
that.
messed up and how I'm still high on him. But in this situation, Beisinger came out. It was one-way traffic. Good on Eric because he's a dog. He had a great corner. When you have Jared Cannonier in your corner, a guy with that experience and those eyes on your fight. I mean, if you were listening, you could hear Jared Cannonier giving him absolutely the best advice on, get to the underhook side, get your head to that underhook side, rotate him against the fence, stuff like that. So Eric was, definitely a respectable guy. He tagged Surskayev a couple times, but when you are a dude with as much hype as Beisinger has behind him, this was a great showing. It was pillar to post, and he got the finish in the third round, much like another middleweight who really needed to do something like that later on in the card in Bo Nickel.
Yeah. That was at 185. The first fight was at 155. Let's talk about the third fight here, women's 115 bout, where Fatima Klein beat up Angela Hill for 3 rounds. Uh, did you have it in your bingo cards of her out grappling her?
She trains with Aaron Blanchfield, so yeah, I kind of didn't think that Angela was going to have anything for her, and that's not when I was like talking about Mario Bautista against Nurmagomedov, how I said he was going to be successful, and these people were like, "Oh, that was just a lucky guess." No, she trains with Aaron Blanchfield every day, guys, who is one, a weight class above her, right? And two, obviously a phenomenal grappler. Angela Hill, she's 40 years old, and where she is an absolute veteran, an absolute warrior. Obviously, she's a warrior. There's a lot of points in that fight, including the very end, with a spinning back fist from the ground to head kick combination in the last 10 seconds. Oh my God. Where Angela could have just checked out anywhere. She never does. She's always there for the whole fight, man. But yeah, I kind of had it Fatima Klein one-way traffic, honestly.
I
I
didn't
thought she
expect
could have
it
been
to
a way
be
bigger favorite
everywhere.
too.
I didn't expect it to be everywhere. I expected her to, grapple, but I didn't expect her to win the clinch battles, do so well in the striking, do so well in the grab. I mean, all of it, everywhere. She wasn't able to get Angela out of there, but
Oh
she was
yeah, she's
close.
so tough.
It was a good showing for Fatima Klein.
Absolutely.
And let's see what's up next for her. All right, moving on. We got about at 145. Pat Sabatini putting on that singlet to beat up
Mm-mm.
Chepe Mariscal over 3 rounds for a unanimous decision. What'd you think of that one? Break your heart a little bit?
It did, man. It was a black belt in there with like a really defensively sound purple belt, in my
Mhm.
opinion. Chepe was not, dude. He is what you want in a fighter. I don't care that he lost last night because he never quit on himself to the last second. He was in the worst possible positions a
Mhm.
bunch of freaking times with a legit black belt on his back. Pat Sabatini, Henzo Gracie black belt, right? He trains with all those guys. He trains with Sean Brady and all those guys, right? So that grappling's elite. Chepe, I think Chepe just overswings a lot and he doesn't pressure with intelligence. He just pressures with intent to kill, which I appreciate. He's got a chin, he's got cardio, but man, Pat Sabatini was just floating on top. He got the takedowns when he had to get the takedowns, and he was grooving with the footwork on the feet. Now I would like to see Sabatini open up with even more kicks. He was starting to do that, and he was lighting Chepe up a little bit with him. Looked great. He made me eat some crow. Um, yeah, happy to see it. Happy to see a guy with that style coming with the heavy hands too. Pat was out there trying to put Chepe out, but dude, Chepe chop him up, Mariscal, man. I'll always be a fan. It broke my heart, but I enjoyed every second of this fight, even being a grappling fest.
Yeah. Uh, you know what else I enjoyed? This next one at
Oh,
185.
meat shark's dead, bro. Dang
I
it.
didn't expect it to go this way. Kyle
Halfway.
Dawkins getting the Darce in 50 seconds over Gerald Mearshart. What? I mean, what can we say?
It It was a nice Darce. It was a very good Darce. But let's talk about the right hand that set him down first, right?
Oh yeah.
If what do I tell? I've said this since we started training together, right, Tanner? Jiu-jitsu is so fucking easy if you can first give your opponent a concussion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you can
So
knock
he
some
took,
brain cells out,
yeah,
jujitsu is
that
so much
black
easier.
belt. Gerald Mearshardt's black belt was reduced to very low levels once he hit the mat because first he had to get all of his senses right. If you've ever been knocked out or flashed like that, first there's like this cognitive assessment of all your limbs and what's going on. It's like a immediate reboot. Okay, I'm still here. Now, in the middle of the reboot, Kyle Dawkins, being an absolute animal and having 4-foot long limbs, wraps up a Darce, i.e., Dan Davey style. You're not getting out of that, and especially if the dude just concussed you right beforehand.
It was nasty. It was good.
Club and
It was
sub,
very
baby.
nice. Yep. All right, let's talk about this shit.
Oh, let's talk about this one.
Let's talk about what ruined everybody's parlay. Malcolm Wellmaker getting his first loss at 145 to the newcomer Ethan Ewing, who stepped in on 4 days' notice, had a fight 7 days ago,
Won
and
a
comes
belt.
in and just absolutely runs through Wellmaker. Wellmaker had some good shots in there.
I don't know, ran through, but he definitely showed him what the level was.
He did. I think he did, man. There was the only time it felt like competition was the first round, and after the first round, it was like, oh, this isn't competition. This is one guy going to the well on four strikes, and then another guy who's being tactical. That was what it was. Wellmaker he went. I mean, we know that right hook is massive. We know it, right? We know he's got a good counter right hook. We know he can come forward with that right hook. We know that the left hand is very dangerous too. Then he had a spinning hook kick and a spinning back fist. A good roundhouse to the body as well. The problem was he did all those by themselves. There was no follow-ups, and he just went back to doing them one at a time. You can't win. You can't progress in the UFC like that. You're never going to get anywhere if you're just doing ones and twos. And once Ethan realized that, he was like, oh shit, he doesn't have much to add to this. It's the same stuff over and over again. And it became very clear to me, and I'm sure to you, after, like I said, after that first round, that Ethan was like, oh, I can deal with this, no problem. Yeah, actually, about midway through the first round.
Yeah, about the 240 mark, I was like, this is gonna his energy bar is depleting way faster than Ethan's, and his bag of tools is very, very, it's much smaller than
limited.
Ethan's.
Yes,
very limited. Man, also, you know, I'm not going to call fraud check though, okay? Because some guys skyrocket to the top and some guys do the slow burn and they do it right, okay? Now, Malcolm Wellmaker is a victim of his own success, right? He's viral clip after viral clip after viral clip, and it's hard for Dana White and Sean Shelby and those guys to not just bring him on. Boom, bunch of fans. He sleeps Cameron Simon in his UFC debut. Okay, let's roll the dice and see that if we could do that again. And he does it again. And he knocks out Chris Moutinho, who Sean O'Malley put 200 shots on his chin and didn't do anything with him. And he did both of those things with that same right hook. That right hook is the one that landed on the Contender Series and put dude out. Now you run into a situation much like Conor McGregor did when he found Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz's giant block head was there to get cracked, but he didn't go anywhere. And then that let Conor's confidence go down. And then he's like, I need to find another weapon. And he starts throwing that spinning back kick, but that's not going anywhere because Ethan Ewing, he understands range better. Now he knows that the only counter that Wellmaker is going to throw is a hook. Guys, a hook is a short range weapon. It's a counter. It's not an offensive weapon for distance. So Ewing was throwing the jab, drawing out the hook, and then he was showing him what range was with those kicks. The 1-2, he was a little bit better boxer. He's more busy. Now, Malcolm Wellmaker is tough, and I think for him losing this fight, he actually showed a lot of potential too, because
Yeah.
he ate a head kick. He ate some nasty boxing combinations. His gas tank was failing him, but he was getting up from the bottom. He was wrestling back, a kid that never wrestled in high school. He only started wrestling when he started MMA. He was battling back on the fence. He ended the fight swinging with him. You know, he gave it all he got, and he didn't give up. So I think we still have a really, really high value prospect in Malcolm Wellmaker, but I think Ethan Ewing is a gem. And also Tanner Dunphy. Did you hear that Ethan Ewing is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt under Eric Paulson?
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Also, fun fact, Eric Paulson had 2 wins last night because Cade Rotolo went 2-0 in one fighting championships last night.
Yes. Yes, I saw that.
Shout out Eric Paulson, you fucking legend.
I think Malcolm Wellmaker owes me money for my parlay
I
not
didn't
hitting.
pick him. If you remember, I picked Cody Haddon, and we hadn't had a chance to get on here and say, oh, you know, because 4 days notice, we had the pod out already.
Yeah.
Cody Haddon trains with Jack Della Maddalena, and he's a complete mixed martial artist too. I think Malcolm Wellmaker would have got even more humbled in that because Haddon had a whole camp. But yeah, I didn't pick Wellmaker, man. I thought for sure Haddon was his roadblock. I didn't know anything about Ethan Ewing until the day before
Nobody
the
did.
fight, and I'm watching him on YouTube going, oh shit.
The Professor Finesser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, what? Andre Touchy Feely. This guy's gonna beat me up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Also, you know, you look at his record, he's 9-2 now. He was 8-2 going into this, but those 2 losses were his first 2 pro fights. He's been undefeated since.
Jack Della style.
This kid is a problem. So look
And
forward
he's
to seeing
Patrick
him.
Ewing's grandson.
Is he really?
Mhm.
That's wild.
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
grandson.
How's that work?
It means his grandson had a grandson, or his grandson had a son.
Anyways, yeah, I think what you said about Wellmaker is right. He didn't lose any stock in this, and I don't know. I think we see him bounce back from this, and that will show what he's really made of. You know.
Yep.
I'd love to see him come back. You know, January, maybe February, and get in some work against another guy and see.
But
how
another
he looks.
another guy with like the same, another guy his
Resume.
level. Let's
Yeah.
we don't need to see that again. I mean, we don't want to discourage him. We're in the business of growing stars now, and he will be a superstar. I feel like
Yeah.
that.
Oh
But,
yeah.
man, that was a tough one. Dude rolls up
He's
on a few
gotta
days' notice, beat you up.
he's got to learn some punches and munches and work on his wrestling.
A jab. Because
A
if you
jab.
notice, I was watching him, and all he was doing, he had great lateral movement. He was cutting off the cage, but if all
Fire
you're going
left
to do is
hand,
step on
throw a hook.
right, it was very much Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, where Terrence Crawford was a boxing technician and Ethan Ewing was an MMA technician, and Malcolm Wellmaker was a big, accurate power counter puncher. He was very accurate on his shots when the graphics came up. I think he landed like 60% of his shots, which is awesome.
He was like 59 and Ewing was like 53 or something like that.
It was great, but here's the thing. If you're not jabbing and everything you're landing is a counter to the body and he's ringing your dome, you're not going to win.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on. At 125, Erin Blanchfield getting her revenge in round 2 with a rear naked choke over Tracy Cortez. What'd you think of that one, Will?
I think Tracy's boxing looked better than it ever had up until that moment.
Yeah.
Honestly, she was on fire, and she was just cracking the jab, and she was putting 3, 4, 5 punch combos on her. I was like, where the hell did this come from? And Blanchfield also noticed that. So she said, fuck this. I'm going to strangle you. Not that Blanchfield was going anywhere. I don't think she is. I don't think she was. Again, she spars with Fatima Klein. So you know that in the stand-up, Blanchfield's probably getting fucking pieced up a little bit by Fatima Klein. But man, she did what she had to do, right? And came out there. She finished the fight. No hooks, no problem. Got her
Yeah.
done.
Yes, exactly. That's something I've been talking about a little bit lately is like, the number one thing on the list is the choke. If I can get
Strangulation.
if I can get the choke locked in, I don't need anything else. I don't need hooks. I don't need to be in great position. If I'm under your chin and I am locked in, you're screwed. I have that. You can try to
Right.
shake me off top, whatever. I'm taking your head with me, right?
Yeah.
That's number one.
Funny story. So the guys in the gym are telling me in the jujitsu, like the 101 class, right? It's
Mhm.
at 5 to 6. I get there for the advanced class, and they're telling me, Gavin, you know Gavin, he's a tank,
Yeah.
that these guys are getting rear naked chokes on Gavin, and Gavin is getting up, standing up, and scraping them off him with the wall by smacking them into it backpack style. And they're like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know how that's possible. I don't understand. How did he have time to walk over there? Kill him. What are you
Str-
doing?
Strangle that
So
man.
I need you to come back and show them that it's okay. We need to stop the giant now.
Yeah, hey, if he's starting to stand up, that usually means his hands are occupied. And if his
Send
hands
it.
are occupied, I'm fucking strangling the shit out of him. What?
Green light.
Yeah. Oh, you mean you just said I can strangle you all the way? Okay. Jesus. I get excited when they go one on,
Yeah.
let alone if you take both your hands away from the situation.
Yep.
Come on.
Rut-row,
All right.
Raggy.
Yeah, well, we'll work a back masterclass when I come back up. Gosh, I'm all in for it. Let's move on. 185, RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez getting the unanimous decision over Roman Kopylov. Beating up big Chase Sherman or Chase Hooper,
Chase
as I
Hooper.
was. What do you think?
Oh, I saw a tweet on X. Dude's like, fuck you, Chase Hooper. You just ruined my parlay. And Chase Hooper in the comments said, if you thought I was going to beat up Robocop, you're a dumbass.
No, that's fair.
So, yeah. But, dude, Kopilov had a pretty good showing for himself for a while. I mean, Robocop, his nickname is Robocop for a reason, guys. He's a tank. I think he would do well at 205.
Yeah.
Right. I think his gas tank would actually be better at 205. He might even be scarier. He arguably beat Poatan in a fight with him at middleweight years ago, if you guys remember correctly. But Kopilov came out. He was swinging and banging, dude. He wasn't going to take it for granted. He did.
And he wasn't backing down at all, dude.
At all. Was
I
not
I
getting in the
text you
guard. Yeah.
at one point, and I'd watched RoboCop crack him, and his nose got flatter. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen Kopylov.
Yeah.
Kopylov's nose is very flat. It looks almost like JDM's, but without the twist over. And I watched Gregory hit him and flatten his nose more, and Kopylov's eyes go, "Oh fuck!" And then the round ends, and Kopylov's
Mhm.
feeling it, walking to his corner,
Yeah.
shattered his shit more. And Kopylov
He-
came back the next round and was like, "Let's fight some more."
Dude,
What?
he pointed both fingers to his coach. And you know, as a
Yeah.
coach, if they point to it at all, it's bad. But if they go both of them,
Coach, is
Oh,
this
that
still
thing-
there?
fuck, that's ruined, dog. Like Nick Butcher with his eye hanging off. Like, hey,
Yeah.
no, we know that's bad.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah,
get
yeah.
you out of here. But man, Kopilov is a soldier, dude. Shout out, dude, Kopilov, for staying in there, taking some of those shots. Gregory
Mhm.
Rodriguez, if you look at him, it looks like he's made out of a lab. It's like what I imagine Master Chief would look like when he got out of the fucking super suit.
That's like first stage Joel Romero.
Yeah. Right.
The Brazilians made their own Yoel, but it's not a wrestler. Oh man! Speaking of Brazilians, one of them got decapitated last night.
Mm,
Bo
he
Nickel
did.
for the featured prelim at 185, getting a knockout of the night bonus. head kicking Hidalgo Vieira into the shadow realm. Good Lord. He looked great the whole time. He was taking him down. He was holding him where he wanted to. Hidalgo couldn't get any jiu-jitsu going. Bo was controlling him very well and doing better in the striking. Got Hidalgo tired and then tossed that head kick up and shut Hidalgo the fuck off. Good Lord. That wasn't on my bingo card.
Nope.
What do you think, Will?
I'm so happy for Bo.
Right?
Fuck my pick though. I picked Vieira because I
Oh,
didn't know what it was
no.
going to be like. I didn't know that if he's going to come back with that confidence. I'm so happy he did. The best thing I saw was it had to be Mike Brown in his ear saying, "Dude, you are a wrestler. Get that motherfucker tired. The whole first round. Let's be prime DC. Let's get him against the fence. Let's grind on him and beat him up. Let's get him tired, and then you can go out there and knock him out." That's
Mhm.
exactly what he did. That's exactly what he needed to do. And if Bo Nickel goes heel, I'm a fan. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, flipping off the crowd afterwards and everything.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, the crowds are sometimes ignorant, man. Look at after the Tom Aspinall. They're all booing him. He's like, "Hey, man, I got poked in the eye. Why are you guys booing me?" You
Yeah,
know, dumb shit.
right.
Um, we had 4 knockouts in a row here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that all of them got 50K. Every single one of them. From
Benoit did
this
not.
fight.
They
Well, he
got
did.
3. Oh, he did?
He got a bonus. He got a
Nice.
50K
Okay, so
bonus.
Uncle Dana was generous, huh?
Yeah, it
You
went
have to.
to
You have to. 4 in a row, you have to.
Nickel, Saint Denis, Prates, and Morales.
You got to. You have to.
Yeah,
I love it. You love to hear
it
it.
was incredible to see. It was what made when you asked me earlier how I felt about this card. This is what made me feel so great about this card. Seeing 4 knockouts in a row. The Bo Nickel in round 3, that was oh my god, and then
Fuck yeah.
the next 3 were first and second round. Okay, I'm all in, dog. Benoit Saint
Man,
Denis at 157 because Benny Dariush missed weight. Gets the knockout, big left hook in round 1, 16 seconds in. Poor Benny, he must not have been doing so well. I want to know more about that
right.
because this is the second time he's missed weight in his 31 fight pro career. And that's very abnormal for a guy like him. And then he goes out and just gets shut off, flatline, face first, a follow up shot. None of it
Yeah.
was necessary. Um,
I think he went for it because something was wrong with him. Because he doesn't do
Maybe
that either. He doesn't
no,
get out there and go right on the gas. That's not how
yeah,
Benny fights. I think something was wrong with Benny, and I hope he's okay, man, because he ate a nuke.
oh yeah, and he fell face first.
Oh,
He was in a very compromised position, face down, ass
mm,
up,
yeah.
and then
And what do we say
BSD
all the
hit him one
time?
more time and flattened.
If he goes face first,
It's
it's
over.
over. Let's
He
just
didn't. He didn't need to eat that extra shot.
I think even the guy, I think Leon in the next fight, if you go back and watch it, he's smiling. So Leon gets hit, his chin touches his chest, and then when his shoulders hit the mat, his head smacks the canvas so
Uh huh.
hard, and he smiles, but not because he's smiling. It's because his mouth guard looks like fangs or whatever.
Yeah.
Leon was stiff as a board. He did
Out.
not need that next one that Carlos landed. We might not
Unnecessary.
see Leon for a hot minute, guys. And that's not being silly. That's not being funny. That next one, if he dropped Leon with that straight left at the end of his range from that far away, he's got nukes in his hands. And if then he hit him with the same punch while his head was on the canvas, Leon is
Mhm.
seriously concussed.
Yeah. Absolutely. I want to say BSD got a hell of a payday because he got 30% of
Oh
Benny's purse. He
shit.
got his 50K bonus and he
His
got
win
his
money.
pay. Yeah.
Fuck
He's having a
yeah.
baller ass weekend.
No.
So, um,
Oh shit.
jumping forward to what we were just talking about, Carlos Prates getting it done in round 2, a minute 28 seconds in to round 2 at 170, knockout over the former champ Leon Edwards. a wicked straight left that sits him down. As Will said, his head bounces off the canvas just to eat Carlos Prates' left hand again.
Oh, the hardest shot. I mean, is that not one of the hardest left hand shots you've ever seen? And it's straight. It's not like Poton's hook. It's straight. It's like 5 feet
Money.
long.
Yep.
It's straight, and he puts his entire ass in it. He did like a baseball crow hop little. Ha ha! Oh
Mhm.
my god!
It's gnarly.
I wonder if Leon lost teeth.
Maybe. I don't know. He lost memories, that's for sure.
Well, I was a champ. What do you mean? When was this?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
No, I love.
Also, Prates, just the man. Uh, he, Leon Edwards is on his back and he's throwing these little hammer fists, and Prates is just like, "What is this? What? What? What is this garbage?"
Yeah.
Oh,
You wait till you're off here, bro. Every round starts with you off me.
yes. And then, walking out to that purple Lamborghini.
I played it at the bar when I saw the walkouts. I walked over to the touchstones. Like, if I can't be there, I'm gonna feel it.
Yes. Yes. And I hear that song start and I know. It just
You
feels
should have
great.
saw the crowd that was in there. Let's just say they were super confused as to why the 6 foot tall white dude with the raven on his neck was playing Purple Lamborghini. Like,
Now,
what?
I will say this, since this was a good card for welterweights, I don't think Prates beats Makachev.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
I don't
Oh
think he
no,
does.
no.
Now,
I think he tries though.
I will preface that with Michael Morales.
He might.
Michael Morales at 170 moves up to 19-0 after defeating Sean Brady in round one with punches 3 minutes and 27 seconds in. He kept. I really like the stance he had. He was squatted low. You can't shoot on me if my hips are back.
And his hands were to chest and belly.
Uh-huh. Ready.
He
And
had the good shoulder roll too.
here's the thing too. We see Michael Morales just beating people up, right? He's been wrestling since he was a little kid and doing judo since he was a little kid. His mom
Yeah, his
is
mom's
a
judoka.
judo. She's not just a judoka. She's an Olympic judoka.
Yeah.
This man has the grappling. He just enjoys knocking people the fuck out.
Yeah, but if you didn't have to, Tanner, if I knew that I could just fucking not have to deal with that, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I just got to touch him to sleep.
Fuck.
Okay. Look at that's what happened to Roy Nelson.
Yeah.
Found out he could touch people to sleep.
Oh shit. Grab my leg.
Yeah. Pink, pink.
And he also, like, if you're gonna fight a person as a good precursor to Islam Makhachev, you're
Sean
fighting
Brady's
the
a
great
good one.
value brand Islam Makhachev, who's a little
Yep.
bit bigger and not as skilled at striking. So what a fucking dress rehearsal for Michael Morales. And what is that kid, like 6'5" or some shit? How does he make
Dude,
170?
he looks so giant. He's built at 6 foot, and
Bullshit.
Sean Brady's built at 5'10". Somebody's lying there because that
Somebody's
wasn't a
lying.
2-inch difference. Michael Morales was squatted down and still a foot taller than Sean Brady.
I
Who's
know. I'm
lying?
watching that. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Somebody here is bullshitting us, okay? Michael Morales looked like Sean Brady on stilts.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what?
The Ecuadorian version.
I feel like
Dude, I don't think. I mean, he's like Tyron Woodley if Tyron Woodley was 6'3".
yeah, dude, it's so weird. I don't know. I feel like both of them are lying about their height. And Sean Brady's giving himself 5 inches. Michael Morales is taking a foot away from himself. Like, what is going on? Islam Makhachev is supposedly 5'10" as well. And he's not built like a gorilla like Sean Brady.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He's got the strength, though, for sure.
Well, it's hard to get into Dagestan for USADA.
That's true. Yeah. Now, I will say this. Brought this after the weigh-in face-off. asked Dana White if he knocked out Leon Edwards in round 1, if he gets a title shot. Dana White said yes. He didn't knock him out in round 1, but he
Here's the
did
thing, though.
knock him the
Dana's a
fuck out.
gambler, so he's gonna go with it. You lost the bet, son. Now I can pick whoever I want.
Uh-huh. Yeah. While I would really love to see Prates Morales, I wouldn't be mad about seeing either one of them go against Islam.
I thought about this. I've thought about it. I've given it. I want Morales versus the winner of Bilal Ian Gary. I want Carlos Prates versus Jack Della Maddalena, and I want Islam versus Kamaru Usman
Ooh.
on the
Marty
same
from
card.
Nebraska?
Yeah, I want him. I. What do you think? I think Marty can fucking. I don't know, man. That's a
What
hell of a
needs?
fight, and he's a former champ of that weight class, the GOAT, aside from
I
GSP,
just
right?
yeah, but I feel like his knees are going to be a problem.
You better tweet that because he ain't having that shit. He ain't hearing it.
Look, I love me some Nigerian Nightmare. Okay, I feel like people disrespect that man a lot, but he was a great champion. He was great coming up. I love watching some of his fights. His knockouts are insane. His grappling is fun to watch, but his knees were giving him problems a while ago, and I just think you're gonna run into a guy like Islam, and that's not gonna do so well. He hasn't been fighting a whole lot. He's not super active anymore. He's not
Yeah,
he's not on the same grind. He's not I don't feel he's at that same level right now. I would love to
I
see him
just
get a tune-up fight before ever doing that.
I don't want to see him go against one of these contenders because if you put him in there with a Morales or a Prates, you don't know what could happen, and he might not get a shot again. And I feel like Usman maybe only has a couple
Hear me
more
out.
fights left in his career.
We see the chorizo versus Islam.
Hmm. No, fuck that guy. He's got to defend a belt, like
Well,
legit defend a belt.
he's looking for that status that every fighter is looking for now. Undisputed GOAT. And if he wins a third belt, he was initially looking to fight Islam when he bumped up to 55. And then Islam vacated to go to 70. That fight's still on the table for him. And I think they were waiting on the results of this to decide whether or not they were going to go him versus Islam or him versus Patty.
I don't think you do that to Kamaru. I think Kamaru's done enough for the company that he get. I think it was said too before this card that Usman was next for the belt. So after he beat Buckley, that's what he called for. I think that's what he's gonna get.
Yeah. He hasn't been super active, and he was on a 3-fight skid before beating Buckley.
I think we give him grace for the Shemaev loss because it was
Yeah,
short
yeah.
notice and he was
He looked
winning in
great.
the last round. So
But
yeah,
before
I
the
don't
Chimaev
disagree with any of that.
fight, he had two title fights that he lost both.
Yep. The Leon one last second, we all know. And then the second one, he lost. Like Leon legit got him out of there, like beat him. But
Yep.
hell, but I'm down for that. If they do that all on the same card that way, because I don't think Usman would beat him per se. I'd probably pick Islam in that. And then all that does is keep the division moving. Then we get clear contenders. Usman retires or moves up to 85, and 70 is not a logjam anymore.
That's fair. Well, let's backtrack here. We went down a rabbit hole of this person fighting this person. What is your thoughts on Michael Morales taking out Sean Brady? What did you think of the fight?
I thought if that's how you fight a guy that's going to grapple you like that, you know, especially when you're that size, like you said, the hand placement was perfect. He was covering chest, body, he was rolling shoulder roll, and anytime Sean Brady made an offensive movement toward him, he touched him just to say, "Look, dude, you're not getting inside this range." He established the line, he stood by it, he got the straight shots going. Sean Brady, I don't think Sean did really anything wrong. It was still early.
No.
He was still feeling them out, looking for reads. But sometimes, you know, he just run into a freak, and that's what he did. He ran into an absolute freak. And Michael Morales is special, dude. He's special.
He is. There's no denying it at this point. You beat the number one contender. And you didn't just beat the number one contender,
Smoke.
you smoked him. There was no well, he looked good up to no. Sean
No,
Brady didn't get anything off. He
nah.
did not get anything started. He didn't get anything. He didn't have any
Mm.
great looks on his end. And I'm not dissing on Sean Brady. I like Sean Brady. I enjoy
Right.
watching
It's
Sean
round
Brady
one.
fight. But Michael Morales had the perfect game plan, like you said, to fight that style of a grappler. I'm not gonna let you take me down. I'm not gonna let you dictate distance, and I'm gonna fucking put paws on you. And that's
You're
what he
right.
did.
That's why I want to see. I'm selfish when I want that little tournament because I hope Machado Gary beats Bilal just so I could see Michael Morales fucking body bag Ian Gary. Because how does Ian Gary beat him? He's not as good in the grappling at all. And what's he gonna do in the striking? Try to kick his calf? He's fucking 7 foot tall.
Yes. No. I'm man, I'm I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with 170. There's a lot going on there now. So ugh. Let's move on and talk about the co-main and the first of our title fights. Valentina Shevchenko defends her flyweight title against the ambitious Magnum Zhang Weili. Um, Valentina did everything she needed to do. Uh, Weili would start to get scrappy on her, get fast and explosive in the striking, and Valentina took her down, held her there. Um, Valentina is a decorated striker, so to see her out grapple somebody is great. She's showing she's skilled in all facets. This is mixed martial arts. This isn't Muay Thai. This isn't kickboxing. So to see a Muay Thai kickboxing world champion out grapple somebody is fantastic in my eyes. I know a lot of people were upset to see two grappling fests in the co-main and main, but I genuinely enjoyed seeing Valentina do that. It was a dominant fashion. She didn't give Whaley any room. You know, she was able to control her constantly. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, her experience took over her size. I thought Whaley was going to blow up. I thought what happened in the main event could have happened in the co-main, not so much in the same realm, but that Whaley was going to be able to benefit from the weight gain and become even that more explosive and athletic, and it wasn't going to go like that. So, um, Valentina's the lady goat, man. I mean, she's right up there. The only reason I hesitate to say it's because the losses to Amanda, even though Amanda's bigger, and one of those fights, Valentina arguably won. So yeah, dude, she's right up there.
Yeah. Also, since you mentioned Amanda, uh, Amanda has now tweeted out that
I saw.
once she's done with Kayla Harrison, she's moving to 125 to take that belt too. So I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I think if Amanda cuts to 125 to fight Shevchenko, she loses. The
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think
the
how
first fight
how
was
sh
close, but it was a unanimous decision for Nunez. The second fight was a split decision, and uh, not it was a very tight split decision. It was very. I thought Shevchenko won that one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. She gave her fits, right? And I don't think
Mhm.
that the Venezuelan vixen, I don't think that Amanda prepared for that first fight. I think she
No,
took her for granted and ended up reaping what she sowed, right? So when she took her serious, she beat her ass. So Valentina, you really got to give. I mean, she's right up there, Lady Goat. And if you're taking pound
no.
for pound, she's number one.
She has more title defenses than anyone else
Right.
ever. I think did she just tie or pass Mighty Mouse and Silva?
I think Islam just tied Silva. So she probably passed him.
Yeah.
Trying to find Michael Morales' Twitter handle so I can tag Dana White in my. I
Well,
found it.
let's talk about this main event. Islam Makhachev getting it done.
New mythical fighter unlocked. Creatine Makachev.
Yeah. Unanimous decision after 5 rounds. Gets the 170 strap to become a dual champ. Beating Jack Del Mandalena. Did it how everybody expected, yet people were still upset that it was a grapple fest. Look, guys, when the Dagestani fighter is fighting a striker, best bet he's going to grab a hold of him and toss him on his head a couple times. I don't know. This is what I expected. I don't know why people are upset about it. I wasn't upset. I was looking forward to see if Jack could pull off anything. Craig Jones, his grappling coach, has been saying for years that he's got the Dagestani wrestlers figured out and he knows the secret to beat them. And I was hoping we would see that secret, but turns out Craig Jones, in his crafty manners, has decided to keep that under wraps for a couple years or something.
Man, did you see the thing where he tried to buggy choke him and it looked like he blew his shoulder joint out?
Oh God.
Yeah, he audibly screams. They close it on his face, but no excuses, man. We come from that same system, right? And it's all predicated on efficiency and top pressure and taking what you're given. And Islam and Habib and all those guys are the perfect embodiment of that. You give those guys a goal, they're going to accomplish it or die trying, man. You saw him at the weigh-ins. He's so serious. Jack's got his hands up and Islam's like, come closer. Come closer. You want to feel that way? Let's do it. And they never let anything slide. They beat up Dylan Dennis in the stands. They were talking shit to Craig Jones after the fight. Like, they are fighters. That is a fight culture. And Islam's like 2 wins away from being the GOAT, as much as anybody wants to hate to admit it. Say he beats Usman and then he beats the next guy in line, right? The next guy, these guys at 170, I mean, Tanner alluded to it earlier. These guys, this next generation is, I mean, they would smoke a bunch of guys from the 2010s era. Mm-hmm. Like, if you take Carlos Prates back in 2010, 170, he's ruling it.
Well,
right?
He's going to run into one problem.
Yeah, GSP. That's it, right? GSP retires. Carlos Prates is the fucking GOAT. So, like, it's amazing what Islam's able to do. He's transcended 2 generations, now 2 weight classes. Let's say he beats Usman. And then he's like, my retirement fight, I'm going to go up there to 85. I'm not going to cut any fucking weight. I'm going to pump iron, and I'm going to beat up whoever has the belt at that time. Then he's the GOAT. I'm not saying that's what he wants to do, but, man.
He's been in the UFC for 10 years now. 10 years in the UFC, not 10 years fighting, 10 years in the UFC.
Yeah.
So the man has been in this this world at the highest level for 10 years. He's something else, man. He's got wins over some of the best, All right. Well, that was UFC 322. Let's I want to talk about the BKFC real quick. Shout out to Aspen Ladd getting it done in round 1 with a big knockout, and Lorenzo Hunt getting the belt back, the light heavyweight belt in round 1, getting a knockout over Josh Dyer. You have anything you want to add to that?
Man, that guy is a tank. I saw
Juggernaut.
Yeah, I just saw the highlight of it. And if you're gonna run down the center line at him, that's your own fuck fault.
Mm-hmm.
That you cannot do that. And it was open stance. Come on, dude. Your chin straight in the air. Nah. I would not fight that man unless it was an MMA fight and I had every weapon. There's no way in hell you're gonna run into the pocket and all you could throw is hands with Lorenzo Hunt. That's fucking dumb. I don't know who I don't know. No.
No, if I ever had to fight that guy, I'm grabbing a hold of him and trying to grapple him. I'm not trying to trade anything with him. Fuck that. All right.
0% chance.
Did you want to talk about the boxing bout?
I didn't catch much of it, so I probably wouldn't do it very much justice.
Chris Eubanks Jr. lost to Connor Benn, which was a big upset. That's
Yeah, it is.
the big thing with that. I don't have really much to add on it. I didn't watch it either. It was broadcast on DAZN, and I don't pay for that. So, what I did want to talk about though is 173 Super Bond versus Norai. I want to touch on a handful of fights on this. First off, Shinya Aoki lost his MMA bout by TKO in round 2 to Hayuriki Tetsuka. Shamil Urdun won his MMA bout at heavyweight by TKO in round 1 against Ryugi Takuchi. And then my boy Jake Peacock got TKO'd in round 3 by Sukhum Jor Tong Parajin in bantamweight Muay Thai. And then your boy Rafael Lovato Jr. gets the dub over Giancarlo Bodoni. The
Yeah,
big
dude, he
upset.
showed up, huh?
Yeah, a unanimous decision. It was I think it was like 1 15-minute round or something like that, and he won. So good on him, man. That's awesome to see. We got Tyru Tolo winning his lightweight MMA fight, round 1 submission over Shizo Isojima. We have Stamp Fairtex losing via unanimous decision to Kana Morimoto in atomweight kickboxing. Nabil Anan wins. Knew that one was going to happen. Featherweight kickboxing. Superlek loss. Yeah, unanimous decision against Yuki Yoza in bantamweight kickboxing.
That dude must be a badass.
Dennis Persick lost as well via TKO in round 2 in a flyweight kickboxing bout to Takeru Sagawa. We have Christian Lee keeping his belt in lightweight MMA against Alibeg Rusulov via TKO in round 2. Then we have, this one really caught me off guard. Yuya Wakamatsu got a second round TKO over Joshua Pasiao.
Oh,
Yeah. And then for the main event, Superbond defeated Masakai Nori via unanimous decision to unify their featherweight kickboxing belt. All right. That is all I really have to add. You got anything?
well, next week we have Sarukian versus Hooker. We could just hit on
Yes.
that main card if you want.
Yeah, I'm down.
They got some I mean, we'll skim over here. I'll hit some highlights for you. Like they're going to have some guys from, a region that not a lot of people are familiar with, but we got some bangers. That first fight of the night, I'm not familiar with either one of those guys, but right after we have Sigrid Izekmiov and Nicholas Dalby. Dalby's the underdog. Sigid, that he might be a prop bet because he's going to probably run through Dalby. Ishmael Nurdiev versus Ryan Loaders on the prelims. Ryan Loaders, the underdog. But here's a highlight on the prelims. We got Bekzet Almakhan versus Alexandre Tuporia. We got Ilya's little brother. So, but listen, man, he's fighting Bekzet, who's 12-2, and he can do a lot of things everywhere. I think we might see Tuporia get fraud checked.
Maybe. We've also got Tagir Olenbekov taking on Koichi Horiguchi. That's a really good one.
That is a good one.
Horiguchi is a seasoned vet, and Tagir is from that Caucasus region, and he is really fucking good.
Yep. Also, we have Luke Riley on the card. 11-0. He's got 8 knockouts. He's fighting Bogdan Grad, who is a dog, but Bogdan's chin is going to be right in the air, ready to be tagged. Bogdan Bogdan tends to get into gunfights. He does well. He's 15-3 in his career. He's got 9 knockouts. He's knocked a dude out. But
This main
man,
card is fucking great, to be honest.
it's lit, dude. Luke Riley, though.
Holy
I
shit!
think I'm gonna
I'm
put a
looking
bet
at
on
the
Luke
whole
Riley.
main card, and man,
It's a
we've
free
got-
one. I can't believe
yeah.
the last 2 for sure. But we got Jack Hermanson and Metabek Oralbai. We got Sergey Pavlovich, Shamil Gaziv,
Spivak, not Pavlovich.
or sorry, Spivak. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. Which
And
one of these
Shamil,
fights on the
yeah.
main card are you looking at to be the fight of the night? I know I got my eye on one.
Well, I don't think it's going to be fight of the night, but I think it's going to be explosive, and I think we're going to see a great knockout.
Ooh, which one?
Can you guess?
Volkan Ozdemir and
Yep.
Alonzo Menezes.
Yep, dynamite. Oh my god, is that
What do you-
C4 and Tannerite sitting over there? What's going on?
I think Jack Hermanson and Metabek Oralbai will be the fight of the night since
I think that's a
Oralbai.
banger.
Yeah, dude. But they got Jack is a plus 200 underdog.
Oh.
How do you see Bilal Muhammad and Ian Machado Gary going?
Oh,
Gary's a
man.
minus 235 right now.
I
You
actually
could
think
get
Gary's
Bilal
gonna
at
take
plus
it.
money.
I
What's
think-
that?
I think Gary's going to take it.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good one though. That's the fight that I really wanted to happen, and I'm glad did.
I'm
know?
glad it's happening too. I think, dude, not just because Ian Gary beat Protez on short notice, which shout out to Gary because how good is Carlos Protez? I mean, he just fucking smoked Leon Edwards at Leon's game. So big respect to Machado Gary, but I think Bilal watching Islam just capture that belt and the way that he fights, that grind, and seeing Machado Gary got a little bit tired against Shavkat. Is this a 5-round fight or a 3-rounder?
Which one? The Machado, the co-main?
Mm-hmm.
It's 5 minutes.
Damn, then I'm going Gary, dude. Then Bilal, I don't think we'll have enough time to do what I was hoping he would be able to do to him. I think Ian's going to come out, put damage on him early, and I think he's going to be able to stay away from the grappling. But I'm hoping Bilal can make it nasty from the first minute.
Well, see, I do like Bilal. I feel like Gary is going to know how to keep Bilal off of him wrestling wise, and threaten him.
Our boy is in his corner, bud. One of our heroes is
Yeah.
Ian Machado Gary's grappling coach, Damian Maya.
Yeah. Not to mention he works with so many other great grapplers.
Shoot the box, Charles Oliveira. You're defending Charles Oliveira's jiu-jitsu and Damian Maya's jiu-jitsu every day at class. Bilal Muhammad, it's going to be the wrestling. He better not try to just lay and pray.
Yeah, no. That's going to be great.
I think calf kicks are going to come into this. You know, Ian Machado Gary works the legs better than most guys in the UFC, other than like Poatan. There's some other great calf kickers, but those guys, Pedro Munoz, man, he was one of the best calf kickers I'd ever seen play that game. And these dudes like Machado, if he hits that perennial nerve right off the bat, then Bilal could be fucked right away, dude. So Gary's 6'3", Bilal's 5'11". Ugh.
I just want to know who did Dan Hooker fuck Sean Shelby's wife or something?
I don't know. He must have done a good job because he got a main event above a former champion in Ian Gary.
You mean Bilal?
Yeah. How are you the main event over Bilal Muhammad and Ian Gary? Bilal used to be a champ, and they're a
Yeah.
higher weight class.
Well,
So maybe he did, and Sean Shelby just liked it. He did a good job.
she wasn't
Like,
mad.
thanks, dude. You want a main event?
Yeah, but against Armin?
Bro, I would much
Armin's
rather
the
see
one guy in 155 that it's like almost a surefire you're not going to win.
Well, here's the thing. I would much rather watch 5 rounds of Bilal and Gary because I feel like if Sarukian has his way with Dan early, it's over just because of the wrestling, and he's like Michael Chandler 2.0. He's even better. right?
Mhm.
And who did he get knocked out by? Michael Chandler. So this has potential of being a short fight. As much as I'm going to be rooting for Dan Hooker, and I will be rooting for Dan Hooker, I hope he can catch him. I think it's going to be, one-way traffic, Arman Sarukian grappling style. And I would much rather see 5 rounds of a competitive fight in the welterweight division, right, than a non-competitive 155 fight.
That's fair. Yeah. I but I think this is going to be a fun one to watch, and it's going to do well for Armin's stock. Armin has shit on himself lately with his pulling out of a championship fight because he wasn't making weight or his back, whatever excuse it
Even
was.
another reason to make him the co-main.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, so I'm just gonna rattle off my picks here real quick.
Okay.
For I'm just gonna go main card.
Okay.
Uh, I'm going Almabayev, Shamil, Oralby,
Ooh,
Benefield, Gary, Sarukian.
I think that Oral By will be a good pick if Jack looks like shit on the scale Friday night.
Yep. I
If
think
Jack
Oralby
looks
is just a
like
good pick in general.
he's so tough, dude.
He's so tough.
He got a chin on him. He lost a split decision against Rambecki, but he beat Elvis Brenner, Euros Medic. I don't know. Jack Hermansson's going to be so fucking big at 170. He is 37. That's going to be a banger, dude. For as long as that lasts, I think that'll be the fight of the night.
Yeah.
Sergey
Uh,
Spivak.
yeah, I picked Shamil. I think Sergey's gonna get clipped with something, and I think we're gonna see him cover up. Shamil hits so fucking hard.
Yeah, and he does struggle with guys with power. So, well, I mean, that's all I got for it. You guys tune in. If you guys want to join our Discord and chat with us during
Yes.
fights, or, sometimes we'll get breaking news, just like this Ethan Ewing kid coming in on, 4 days notice. We'll hit the Discord, be like, did you guys see this? Look out for this. Or somebody like has a terrible weight cut. Benny Dariush Friday night comes in at 157. We're hitting the Discord, let you know what's up. You guys can tell us what you think. Sometimes Tanner and George and I are texting each other and something will happen. Benny Dariush misses weight, and then Tanner and I are messaging, hey, this is not like him. He's normally on point, and so he's either sick or something's hurt. Let's bet the house on BSD, and you guys would have that information right with us. So do yourself a favor if you're a fight fan and you do fight picks or you bet, hit our Discord. We're going to share our stuff with you guys all the time.
Yeah. Oh. All right. I have nothing to add. Appreciate it, guys.
Much love, guys.